printed out this sheet of letters, like A, B, C, D, F, G, whatever, letters, like randomly arranged, that I asked people to scream the letter at me, no matter what they see for the first sight. And I was standing behind the curtain, unlike today, you know, like I'm feeling weaker actually, but I'm in front of the curtain instead of behind the curtain. But that day I was behind the curtain because I was not very confident of my grand piano skills. So people had screamed the letters at me, and then I screamed the letter back. For example, they would say D, and I would say duck, you know, or something like that. And at some point, there's a twist. It changed. I was screaming the letter, and they were screaming the words. So at some point, I was hearing like, cunt, like, fuck you, stuff like that. I was like, oh wow, what a crowd. So let's see what you guys gonna do today, okay? I have very high expectation of Belgium audience. Yes. And I was not gonna say this because I did this. I was touring with an artist who actually lives in Brussels, in Australia. We were doing this little few gigs. But I see he's not here tonight, so I can say this again, because usually I don't want people to hear me making the same statement twice. The statement is about some little rules I'd like to share that I'd like you to follow during my performance. I'm not very demanding, don't worry. It's probably gonna be a little bit emotional charged, but I'm not gonna ask you to take notes or, you know, like, yeah, no, don't worry. Or take a selfie with me in the back of you, like nothing like that. Just one thing, I'm very picky with like people going to the bathroom. Because you know, now you guys look very coherent, let's say. You know, the tip of your head is one surface. But if one of you stood up in the middle of my set, I can see that very obvious because you break this piece of the tip of the head. This gives me a bit of anxiety. Because I don't know if you're going to pick up your cousin, or you hate my music, or you wanted to go to the bathroom, or your girlfriend just called you to break up with you. I don't know. And I don't want to know. So what I suggest is please don't stand up. The set is not more than 50 minutes. If you can't stand it, if you think you cannot stand it anyways, just go now, okay? Yeah. And if you really need to pee, raise your hand. And so I know you're like, okay, I was like, and you go, and go when it's really loud, so you're not missing out, you know, like, I'm constantly telling secrets and like gossips, and like, if you're like, you know, sometimes like the story is going, and like you come back, you don't know what we're talking about anymore. You feel like we're like talking shit about you or something, so that's not so nice feeling. So you go when it's really loud, you can still hear in the bathroom. That's that. And also, like, I mean, I'm not really like a very aggressive Instagram user or whatever, but I do have it, of course, and sometimes I delete it from my phone, sometimes I download it from my phone, you know, like that. So when I have it on my phone and I open up the app, and I always get tagged, so I realize, okay, that's why like the venues don't hire photographers anymore, because they're expecting the audience to take photos and tag me. I don't know what that actually means, and please don't use filters. You know, like, I don't know. I'm not like very into this like vintage, like ish, like saturated image, whatever. But if you really want to take photos, I highly recommend you to take without flash. And around 33 minutes, 40 seconds, I would do something that's very photo friendly. So yeah, to, you know, just know you can show your friends like you're going out, you know, you're active in your nightlife. And it's a Wednesday. You know? Yeah. What else? Yeah. Last thing. Sorry, I'm talking a bunch of nonsense because I was like taking a nap before. I really wanted to come to see the act before, but you know, I regret I ate beef for dinner at Bozar Cafe because I was, I don't know, too shy to ask for English menu. And I just guessed what I was ordering, and obviously it was not what I ordered, so I ate a bunch of beef and I passed out in bed, and the feeling was weird. Like, you know, when you are about to play a show in like an hour, 2 hours, it's not you can just like pass out. You're constantly bouncing between passing out and freaking out. I had once missed a show in Warsaw because I overslept. this tells me not to take a gig that you have to play after midnight. It's not gonna work. Yeah. So I am a bit dazed right now. So if I do something weird on stage, it's not personal. You know that. And now I'm gonna go to the back. Mr. Light, it'd be nice if you can if you can make them pitch black. Thank you. If I can find the door. Maybe I'll be stuck here for another 5 minutes. This is not a choreography. Okay, cool.